And then like if it's the wavelength thing, I can see whenever you talk because I have it set up for the Discord, but I'm not hearing you on the stream itself. Oh,
Game of Thrones King's Road is now available on both PC and mobile.
okay. I put the stream on my monitor, which isn't the best idea, but you heard me okay? Okay, so I think I might have figured it out. Okay, and then it's just hearing you. I don't think I've heard you yet, so what the heck? Yeah, yeah, that was, I pulled the stream up on my browser forgetting that it was going to play it on the stream. Okay, well, we can, what can we do about that? Yeah, and so what I did was I unmuted myself on the Elgato Wave, and then I have everything else going through there. I can see the game sounds, the sounds for the music, and then voice chat's pulled up, but I don't see why it's not coming through, because I have it pulled up in both places. I can see like the Discord audio on OBS and then the Discord audio on the Wavelink, so I'm not sure why it's not coming through. Yeah, but it's kind of important to have yours here. Try just like talking for a while. I'm gonna try and catch up on the stream, see if you come through at all. Okay, I don't hear it coming through still. What region are you in again? Just pulling up on the weather thing. Netherlands. Oh, that's right. Okay. What the heck? Maybe I can put you somewhere else. Okay, try talking again. I put you in the same channel as the game sounds. No, yeah. God, that's so frustrating. I don't know what to do about that. Yeah, halfway there. Yeah, at least now the people that are in the chat can hear what's going on. Yeah, I might try the volume. The issue is like I can see whenever he's talking and I can see the stuff coming up. It's just finding out why it's not actually going to the place I need it to go. So OBS is registering it, and then the Wavelink is registering it. And then it's just, maybe it's because I need to connect Discord to a specific audio output. That might be the case, actually. Let me...
Just let me know and I can try talking again.
Yeah, that was good. So I switched it to the browser, but now I hear. Oh.
Oh, I hear myself.
You're through. Okay. Ooh, that should be.
Oh, that's.
That should be.
That's exciting.
Okay. Think we are good to go then. Music's coming through. Both of our mics are coming through. We can hear everyone. And gonna need to lower the volume. Okay, which
Probably my volume.
Yeah, okay. So let me do that. Hopefully, maybe changed it.
Maybe I'll try talk for a bit.
Either that, or I can just adjust it on Discord. Actually, that would be smarter.
Yeah, that's the the output.
Okay, so I put it down to like 50%.
Right. It says my mic is much louder than yours.
Yeah, and I'm a softer spoken. Mine's like further away as well.
All right, that also could be it. I think putting me at 50% would help a lot. Okay,
I'm gonna try 30%, and then I think that'll be good. All right. And we're just gonna go, and if they still having issues, we can adjust it because I have it pulled up.
All right, sure.
Okay, now pull up chat because I lost where that is. All right, think we're good. All right, so this is the spawn of your world, correct? This is where I came in.
Yeah, this is spawn.
Okay.
It's been recently revamped.
Yep. I don't know how many people in chat were here last time we did this, but we went through this world about a year ago, and everything looks a lot more updated than it was back then. You can see all like the new blocks from the new updates and all that stuff. It's looking really good.
Well, thank you. It's been a collab build between me and another one, and we've been hard at work here, changing up the appearance. This was severely outdated. We've upgraded a lot in build style. So we thought it would be cool to update a very important place in the world. So Spawn is a completely revamped.
Yeah, and I really like coming through and like mending older builds. I really enjoy like seeing how my style progresses and how I can go back and change the old stuff. That's one thing that I've like grappled with in my world, is going back through and changing the old and wanting to leave it the way it was as kind of like a reminder of how far I've come. But I think this is really good to just come through and, you know, update it to your current standards. I think that's a really cool way to do it.
Yeah, it's been a choice, you know, that sometimes I want to leave stuff like original, but I'm seeing now what the effect can be to redo stuff. So layout-wise, the buildings that are still here are the old buildings, but then just upgraded. So that's a way to keep the old feeling here.
Yeah, and that's the way I've approached it as well. Is just trying to like keep the original theme and then just make it the new you instead of like the old you.
Yeah, exactly. It's also like one of the first attempts I had at a ship, a spawn ship. I think it turned out pretty cool. The idea was more to have like more of a art ship that has traveled over the world and now comes here. So that's why there are a lot of candles and different colored stuff.
Okay.
Really tried our best here to make it look like great.
Yeah, I really love like the close details, and then getting further away, you can see everything is just so thoughtful and placed in specific ways, and everything works very well together.
Yeah, but also been experimenting with the sails being smaller, because usually people make the sails way too thick. We experimented when looking at pictures from ships in harbors.
Yeah.
That the sails are like very small and very rolled up. So that's what we tried to achieve here.
I know, and that the new pale wood is actually perfect for that, because before you had to use like white wool or like the other full white blocks, maybe quartz. But now that we have like trapdoors in the mix, it looks a lot better. I might have to try that now.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool. And we also redid the portal here, like it's being pulled out of the ocean.
Yeah,
and just redid the entire groundwork, and everything is just a lot more updated, using a lot of the tuff everywhere.
Yeah, I love the new, all the new blocks that Minecraft has had recently have just done so many wonders for the building community.
Yeah, I agree. I really love the tuff, like especially for the railing wise, just a nice tone.
Yeah. And it goes well with like a lot of different blocks.
Yeah. I really like with deep slate as well.
Fizzly said
we're still
in the chat, he said you love those sails too, because getting them curled up is really hard to get right, and I think you've done it really, really well here.
Yeah, it's been a blast working on this together with somebody, because you can just challenge each other and just help each other with ideas. You know, I start an idea, he finishes it, or the other way around.
Yeah.
And that turns out buildings a lot cooler. He actually did this well. I think at least the top part. And he wanted to make like a very well-traveled market stalls in the back. Still not all the way finished, because this is recently done. But this is kind of the style we're going for. Like the harbor itself is pretty grim, you know, the buildings and the ground is pretty grim, but everything here that has traveled here is very colorful and very light.
Yeah.
It brings life to the place.
No, I like it. It's like putting the nice canvas down and then adding your color after that.
Yeah,
I really like that.
It's been a blast. I really enjoy coming here now, because everything's so updated. Recently it was like very old, like 4 years, 5 years old. And now it just has such an upgrade.
Yeah. No, it looks good. I see you've also put in some lodestones here. That's great. Did you do that before or after the update?
No, after. Here, all the lodestones here, all after.
Yeah.
I can finally use them.
Yeah. I like the way that you use them here. I think they make really good posts here.
Yeah, it's been really cool. I want to use them more now that we can finally actually use them.
Yeah. Yeah, the challenge is just finding like where they look good without standing out too much, and I think this is perfect.
Yeah, I really like them as the bottom. As we come outside here, I've also recently redid the entire farm fields over here. So I redid the entire groundwork, all the roads, the cliffs here. Made some new market stalls on the outside. Um, so this is what I'm pretty busy with, making the entire forest and stuff around here. It's like I built like 150 trees around here recently.
Wow, is that like what this big chunk over here is?
No, that's not. Yeah, that's I built like 40 here, and some other people also contributed to the forest here.
Wow.
This is one of the more recent projects. More of a collab build with 3 people redoing everything, and all the trees around the spawn make it just really sit very nicely into the area.
Yeah, it makes it feel like closed in without having just a straight wall on the edges of your sightline. Feels a lot more natural that way. Trees are one thing that I really need to work on and get better at. But I love what you've done here. I love these designs are so cool.
Yeah, and also the one like left to the gate is a new one, new tree design. Been really practicing with trees.
It's paying off. These look really good.
Just slowly but surely making them like look a lot better. So I really like the practice in it, just grabbing an inspiration photo from real life and then just trying to replicate it.
Dude, I love this. This is really nice.
Yeah, I redid almost all the waterways here with this palette.
This looks good. Now,
Just making it look a lot more lush.
You do a lot of stuff like in creative, right?
Yeah.
Okay, do you do any kind of, like you have this palette in mind, you ever just go through and just in survival go through and do it?
This is actually all mostly done on survival, all the foliage. I tried a palette that's behind this stall over here. That's where I tried it. This is the first concept I made. And I wrapped it all the way around in survival. It's just like messing around like that. Only like the big stuff I really want to plan out.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, because with all this detail, I feel like it would be so tedious to go through in creative first and then go through the exact same tedium whenever you're placing it in the world. But I mean, with this, you have a very clear, like, a set palette and all that. And that's why I was curious if you just took it through survival, because that feels like it's really good and it looks really good. It also just feels like something that would be very easily replicated without much trouble.
Yeah, that's why I'm now trying it in like, survival, because that's more fun, and I now have this thing figured out. It's also a pretty cool sideline over here that with the forest in the background and all the new firefly bushes as it's turning night. Like behind this stall, you see in the distance all the lights poking through.
Yeah.
And it's just starting to look pretty cool.
I do have a question. Have you noticed the fireflies blinking all in synchronization?
Yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah, it bothers you?
Yeah, it bothers me.
Yeah.
I still have it turned on because I do like them having lights. But it's just that they're all in sync. It's
yeah, it kind of sucks.
Could have done a way better job with that.
Yeah. No, I like the particles that they add though, but I do wish the animation was a little bit better.
Yeah, agreed. I do like I have the dynamics lights, so the fireflies itself also have particles. I'm gonna find a bed real quick. As we're walking up here is where I'm working on a vineyard and a winery.
Okay.
It's also been recently worked. I'm gonna go downstairs quickly to my sugar monster and my beds.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of materials here. For the entire area, I keep them here.
I really like this wall up here. Oh, I can see where you're like working a bit on this river palette.
Yeah. This is still not completely finished, but it's like has the bigger things has it in. So the big building, and it's gonna be the workshop where they actually make the wines, get the machines in. It's like almost finished, like 80-90%. Been doing this the last few days, just overhauling this area because it looked severely outdated.
That's cool.
Also,
go ahead.
I want to say that also the windmills to the side here also have been recently made. Just everything upgrading it here.
I love the repetition, like seeing them like a field of windmills. It feels like instead of just having like one and then a gigantic field. Love seeing the multiplicity of them all.
Yeah, I also made a different variant in the distance, which has tough blocks instead of the white. I've also been really fun experimenting with making bridges. I really enjoyed the new tough.
Yeah.
And especially this area over here. I really experimented with different types of bridges and arches. Like the one you're on now is like completely flat. This has more of a curve to it,
Oh, I didn't
and that
even
one in the
realize this was a
distance.
bridge. That's perfect.
Yeah, and that was the point. Like main roads being more strict,
Mhm.
more flat, and
That's
I've really
cool.
been having fun experimenting with this. I think this looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
Fully
I really
foliage
like that.
around.
And then all these candles are for lighting, I assume, like for mobs and whatnot. Is the whole area lit up and mob safe, or?
Well, not, I want to add some glow lighting, but this is more for the ambience effect.
Oh, okay.
But that's just a little hint of color.
Mhm.
Also, but recently I've been sitting on this for like a while, but I'm finally redoing my sawmill area. This has been like a sore thumb for like several years. And I finally got the motivation to actually turn it into a sawmill camp,
Okay.
making the storage buildings, and this is gonna be over here the workshop. Behind here, it also has a water wheel.
Oh, cool.
Still
Lore reasons.
Yeah, it's still like in early development.
Mhm.
Still also needs the details in, but I really like to finally have an actual area over here.
Yeah. This is good. I like
and I
this
really
this waterway here. This is really cool, like the canal. I assume this is like for lore reasons, like transporting the logs out into the river.
Yeah, like usually when there's like a camp, they transport a lot of the logs with those people standing on top of it throughout the water, so it can come in here and get like processed from the lumber camp.
Okay, gotcha.
We also did a lake over here. Just I saw Fwip do it next to his area, and I just thought it would look pretty cool having it as well over here.
Yeah,
And I think it really pulls the area together.
it does. It does.
And I've been trying to put a lot of trees around here, so a lot of the patches of trees. Now we have a visitor. With a lot of the patches around trees, just to make it more alive and make it more sense that there's like a forest nearby.
Yeah, I can see like up across this hill. Is that what you're talking? Adding more trees?
Yeah, more patches. I'm gonna make some more buildings for the farm fields on the other side, just to expand this area.
Now you mentioned
this
Flip.
also
Is he like a big inspiration for this world and the projects that you do?
Well, he is. I think he's like a great builder. The way he approaches building and the way he textures and all the layouts and how the stuff falls together.
Yeah.
It's a big inspiration. So I do take inspiration from what he does, and I also want to give my own twist to it. But sometimes you're gonna find stuff that he also made in it because I just thought it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, it's really fun seeing what like other people are doing, and this is a style of building. Like I don't know how to explain this style, but like the whole expanding world, like cityscape and whatnot, it's a very impressive feat to be able to pull off because there's just so much like going on, and there's so much life and atmosphere in everything that you do, and it's really impressive. People that are able to pull off this building. And I think you're doing a really great job of it. And that's something that's always impressed me about Fwip and what he's done is just that the way that everything feels connected. And I think you've done a very similar thing here, and it's done very well.
Yeah, it's been a blast. Just now that we're approaching building a little differently, more textured and more stuff, that it's really starting to pull through. At the moment, we're walking towards a big project we're at the moment working on. If you see it loading in the distance,
Yeah.
we can fly up to here.
Okay.
It's also going to be a big forest around here, like similar to the one next to spawn over there with all the tall and very thin trees.
Okay.
It's going to be like a massive forest over here. So we're working on the terrain. We thought it was pretty cool to use like a different palette for the rocks, and now it's a little bit more red and unique.
Yeah. No, I like that a lot. It also
Yeah,
goes
and,
really good with the swamp grass here. They contrast well.
Yeah, I agree. That's also one of the reasons we made it here. And in the creative, at the end, I'll show you how the forest looks like. Because there it's already finished, and here we're just starting with the terrain. Because the amount of trees we have to make is insane. Yeah, so I was really enjoying making this, like connecting the world more with like big biomes and stuff. And it's been really fun working on this. And here to the right is one of the working spaces. We like to make it look good and functional.
That's cool. I really like that.
Um, so that's how we make this just a nice place to come through. I like to make like little bases and hideouts
Yeah.
whenever we're doing a project.
Now, are you gonna leave that whenever the whole thing's finished?
Yeah, I'll leave it in.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think
that's that's really cool. I've never seen that before. That's a really smart way to do things.
yeah, it's I've been doing that for like big project for a while. Or if like it's a room or like a small ship or a tent or anything.
Uh,
Just
yeah,
really,
instead of like just
uh,
throwing a monster, a shulker monster somewhere on some random hill, you actually like make it purposeful.
yeah, just make it and I want to keep it around so I know where to operate out of.
Yeah.
That's
And then
pretty
anytime
cool.
you come back and you like rediscover it, you're like, oh yeah, I spent thousands of days coming back and forth to this little camp.
Yeah.
here."
Yeah, I sometimes still like make sugar monsters if it doesn't really like if it's not that big of a project.
Mhm.
I just place sugars down, but with this scale, I really like to make something special.
Yeah. No, that's really cool.
Yeah, we can fly a bit, or I just gotta walk back all the way to the gate.
Okay.
Can finally get a good look at how everything sits in the terrain here. We can go to the main gate of the city.
Very nice.
Yeah, this is all what we showed before. This is very old and very outdated.
Mhm.
And what's also fun is that this area was never supposed to be a city. So that's also what you're gonna notice, like from the sky, that this layout doesn't make sense, and there are also a lot of random worlds.
Mhm. This was
Um,
like
that's
where you
why-
first started the world, right? This kind of area.
Yeah, this is like where I started my starter base and stuff. This is
Okay.
like 6 years old. This area, so you can also see the style change.
Yeah, it's crazy progress for 6 years. Which I mean, 6 years sounds
Yeah.
like a lot, but having had a world for like 3 years, this feels insane progress.
Yeah, it's been really cool. I'm planning to redoing a lot of stuff, not everything, but like,
Mhm.
for example, this area I'm gonna redo like the groundwork, the texture of the buildings, because as you can see, there's a lot of oak and spruce, and that's because that's the only thing we had
Mhm.
at the time. I do really still enjoy this area, but I'm just more into getting a different feeling to it and redoing everything. So that's what also makes it fun.
Yeah. Now is this whole section is like its own part of the city? So like you have it all sectioned off by itself?
Yeah, it's mostly sectioned off by waterways and stuff. It's
Mhm.
gonna make more district-wise, making
Okay.
more areas. This is also a new build that somebody made. This big cathedral. It's his own place. It's a little bit of a different style here. We're gonna blend it into the city,
Mhm.
and it's just gonna be his base. I thought it would be pretty cool to have that in the city.
That's really cool.
It's a big contrast though, but he built it all himself.
Mhm. Now, how many people do you have playing on this world, like regularly?
Around 5, I think.
5? Okay.
Yeah, we recently also got new members, and I mean recently, it's been after you joined last time, it's about a year.
Mm.
It's been fun trying to get more people on, because I really like that. But finding builders that are good and fit what we're going for here
Mhm.
sometimes can be really tough. This area has also been touched up a lot since the last time you were here.
I like the gradient on the trees. Those are cool.
Yeah, that's also from another player, the same one who built the cathedral.
Okay.
He did a lot on this area. We're gonna walk through it in a minute. We also expanded these farm fields with the same windmill design. It's also all near spawn this, like the trees you see over there
Mhm.
are all the ones that blend in, let spawn blend in the area. And I'm going to like a viewpoint here because we're trying to make more viewpoints.
Mhm.
This area over here is a new village. It's a new village we're trying to work on, like making different settlements throughout the world. I told you last time I had big plans for this area. This wasn't what I had in mind originally, but it turned out pretty cool.
I like the skyline. Looks really nice here.
Yeah, gonna make like a little plateau, like a sitting area. Working a lot more with perspective and sightlines and everything. Just
Mhm.
making sure towers poke through and everything.
That's really cool.
Yeah, we can walk towards the gate. Also trying a lot more with lore and stuff, naming
Mhm.
places, using lore books and everything
Okay.
to like give places a story.
I was playing modded Minecraft very recently. They have one of the mod packs has a biome called was it Origin Valley. I think it'd be cool, like that starter area, if you called it like Origin Plaza or something like that.
Oh right.
I think that'd be a fitting name.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out because I only recently started
Mhm.
naming stuff, making stories. Um, also been using AI for that a lot since that came up. It's really nice to help writing stories.
Yeah.
I really like the feeling over here. It's like I'm probably gonna change out the ground palette here,
Mhm.
the stone, so it matches better with the other area.
Okay.
Still, I'm gonna make a what's it called? A marketplace here in the middle, and this is also a collab build between me and another builder. So you're gonna see like to the right here, this area is mostly his doing. So you can also tell it's a little bit of a different style. I mean, I can tell it's a different style, but
Yeah.
different than how I build it.
Mhm.
It's really packed together.
Yeah.
It's still really cool. Having a lot of well detailed out settlements throughout the world.
Fizzly said
Pretty cool.
it's so interesting to see the evolution of styles from last year to be more like an artist world and deliberate points of views and the sightlines and all that. And I think that's, yeah, it's
Yeah.
very well said. That's exactly what I've been feeling walking through here.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're all trying to do. Like having some stuff closer together so it pops out more, so it's larger. Stuff like that.
Mhm.
Just doing a lot more with colors and layouts and thinking on a bigger scale, like how things sit together.
And you also have
So I
like
started.
a bit of a unique advantage having like such an old world. Most people would get to a point where they're like, "Oh, this really isn't me anymore. I'm just going to start a new world." But here you've like stuck it out with this single place and just gone back and evolved and evolved and evolved, and it's just built on top of each other. And while things like may not feel to you at least like they're filling into places that you want them to, it still feels like to me, an outside viewer looking in, like you're doing a really good job at connecting everything and updating everything and making everything feel like one connected world. And I think it's really good looking.
Oh, thank you. It's been a blast. You know, I get a lot more excited when I'm playing now that before. Just keep building and building,
Mhm.
and just seeing my own evolution and trying new things. For example, this is the old moss farm which I revamped. It's looking a lot different, but it's just a very unique build.
Yeah, I think this is a really
Uh,
cool style. I have no idea what this is. I haven't seen anything like this before, so that's really impressive.
Yeah, I still gotta also do some finishing touches. It's just like a big greenhouse. There's lots of greenhouses to the side,
Yeah,
and also uh, getting all the different sorts of plants and things here. Looks pretty cool.
it does. Yeah, I
Just-
like this a lot.
Yeah, just decorating some farms and making the place look good to come there. Yeah, I'm still doing the same trend with doing stuff by layers, so still
Mhm.
gotta come back and finish at this bridge. Just doing stuff whenever I feel like it.
Yeah, I think that's a
It's
good way to
usually,
play.
Yeah, here's a little bit of an ugly side. This used to be like farm area for leaves, and the back is like for the big spruce trees to get leaves.
Hmm.
We now have an azalea leaves farm, so luckily this doesn't have to happen anymore. It's still fun design for all the big trees. Probably gonna tear it down and rebuild it, so I can get a lot of leaves, because we've been doing a lot of tree building as well.
Hmm. Now, do
And
you
this
have
is
like
getting
a
into
do you have like a document with all like the coordinates for everything in this world, like all your different farms and districts and all that stuff?
no, it's all in my mind.
Okay.
I remember everything.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's,
I've done like a few things around the world in my own survival world, and I definitely have forgotten where things are. So if that's hats off to you. That's even more impressive.
Yeah, I just remember everything that's everywhere. Sometimes I also discover new things that other people made.
Mhm.
Most of the time, I know like almost everything.
That's got to be too
And
cool,
this is-
or cool too. Going
Yeah.
to like another side of the world you haven't been to in a while and just seeing it completely different.
Yeah, this is also his area. He's made like a very big forest over here with a lot of very large trees. That took a lot of time. I think it's very unique. I don't see trees done a lot like this.
Yeah.
And
I
now we're
think
walking
this style is
towards,
really cool. It feels like way more like paintery, you know, like that, like more effort into the gradient from dark to light and kind of showing where the shadows and stuff are.
Yeah, it's a very different type of tree than what I usually make. So it's fun to see someone else do it.
Yeah.
And we're trying to integrate it more because this, like the terrain and stuff, is done by someone, and the fortress behind is very old by my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're walking into a port town that I'm working on. It's also, I'm getting pretty far with this, but it's just a lot of buildings with a lot of different gradients and a lot more colorful and everything. So it takes a lot more time. I think I really like nailing the look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
having different
no,
towns and
for
stuff.
sure. I really love
this gonna
those
be-
towers. That's cool.
Yeah, that's gonna be part of the harbor. Like on this side of the harbor, it's gonna be more of a port area for people
Mm-hmm.
and for exotic goods. So this is a lot more colorful. And across the way is gonna be for the rough goods, like the stones, ores, trees, logs. Gonna be across this.
Gotcha.
You're gonna see a lot more of that in the creative,
Mm-hmm.
because that's a lot more planned out. And talking about sugar monsters, this is one of the sugar monsters I have here for this build. Completely stocked up with all sorts of materials. It's been it's been hectic here because you see there's a lot of different blocks that go into a single build.
Yeah. Yeah, the inventory is just a mess all times.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed building more with different blocks and stuff, having different gradients.
Yeah, it looks good. I've been really fighting the urge to start a world like this where it's like just I'm deliberately going town to town, building to building, making sure it's all connected and all living together. It's a lot of work, and it's
Yeah, it is.
very impressive to see people doing it.
Yeah, I'm really starting to enjoy it. I'm also in the works of planning out a different city and everything.
Mm.
That's pretty cool. We can fly this part because it's gonna be a long walk. Because now we're like now going not through everything, but only the updated parts, or mostly updated parts.
And you have a modern section too, right? Or like that one airstrip.
Yeah, I'll show you. That's also been having a lot of progress.
Okay.
It's
So I got distracted
Yeah.
by a random villager in the water.
yeah, there's been a ton of those.
I've also been really craving doing like a big castle or something just grand
Oh,
on
yeah.
that scale. I think it'd be so much fun to tackle.
Yeah, I would be also planning on doing a castle somewhere big on a hill. There's also an area that's been recently worked on. We expanded the city walls outwards, so
Mhm.
it's a lot bigger. These are also different towers than the other side. It feels a lot more grand
Hmm.
and like royal.
I really like this style of tower. It's it's just cool looking to me.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. And also, there's also a build which I'm proud of that also took a long time. Is that I finally updated my quarry.
Oh, dang. Okay.
It's also very heavily inspired by FWIP.
Yeah. Do you
But
do you
I
actually
I
use
like the
this,
way-
or do you just have like random areas around the world where you get all your stuff from?
No, I have random areas. This is just purely for looks, but it's always used to be here with a big giant hole in the ground. And I finally just had inspiration for it after several years. And I just finished it, and that made me so happy.
I love these rock piles here. That's cool.
Yeah, it's also been having this is a sort of warehouse I made in a different part of the world,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to bring it more together in different parts because this is like one kingdom, so it would make sense of in different places same kind of warehouses because it's all in the same kingdom.
Hmm.
So I've been doing that more, so it feels more cohesive and together. And it's also a part we used to work on a lot. Gonna make this jump here. Been expanding this side of the road with a lot of buildings. We've been here last time. But we did a lot of more buildings now in this street.
Hmm.
Just trying to fill up this corner of the city.
Like you're
Just
building
slowly
like,
but
into
slowly.
the wall. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, it's really been really packed together here. It's like a very dense area, but it's a lot larger than the other side, and it
Mhm.
has a lot more color and more details.
Now, do you find it hard going from like the older build styles to new ones, or this one to that one, this kingdom to that one? Is that hard to like switch your brain back and forth?
Well, I haven't noticed it really. It just comes very naturally, just switching the styles and trying so many different things.
Okay.
Just in my brain, it all fits together. Yeah, this is more of the older ones, but this all out here, where we just walk through, is all new additions. Yeah, sometimes I also just plan out buildings in my own little test world and just plop them in here, just try to see if it matches.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's really fun to get inspiration.
That's cool.
Yeah, but now we have to, like, you know, the creative server, so that's where we plan out a lot of stuff together.
How often do
Just,
you
but also-
update the creative server? Like, do you go through periods where like you wipe it and start fresh from like a fresh copy of the world, or do you just always have the same one?
No, I'm always have the same one. Usually when we do something in survival, not a creative, then once every while when I download the world, I will get I will update the parts in the creative.
Oh, okay.
That world, the creative world is more of a vision for this world. So that's where we plan out big ideas and everything. I'm also very fond of this bridge. It's a very large one, connected to the big towers. We've got to check it out from the side because I really enjoy this type of style. And also this forest is inspired by the one B-Dubs made in Hermitcraft.
Okay.
So that's what I wanted to get in here, with the different types of trees, different types of terrain. Yeah, but this bridge, I really enjoyed making this. It's been like also more of an experiment for the style of the rest of the city. I'm not sure if I want the entire city to have these kind of towers, but I thought it would be cool to experiment with that on this side. Just having it a lot different. Still not entirely sure how I want to do the entire wall, but I want to redo some of it.
This is just wild. This is so crazy.
Yeah,
Would
we've
you
done a
ever-
lot of stuff.
Would you ever like think about turning this into like a map for people to like run around?
I've thought about that because somebody asked me to do it, to like make it an adventure map or anything. I might get around to it. Just not like it feels like a big kingdom or adventure map.
Yeah.
Or a lot of mobs spawning. I'm gonna grab a bed out here.
It might
Yeah,
be
this is
tough too
like-
to like include the entire world. You might just like do one kingdom at a time or something like that. I don't know the first thing about doing adventure maps though, so no clue.
No, me neither. But it would be cool though, because there's so much going on here, especially when it's more fleshed out and finished. We can fly a bit because we're going to the main base storage.
Okay, yeah, I was
Wanted to show,
catching a peek of that in the distance.
Yeah, I've also been a lot of work there because last time we spoke about it a lot. But I've been hard at work. Some different sides have a lot more completion to it. For example, this left side has this entire cliff face to it now. I made the observatory. I made some towers in between and a lot of trees. I think this turned out pretty cool.
It's very, very good looking.
Yeah, it's been a blast working on this, but it's like such a massive project that it just takes years to complete.
Yeah.
Yeah, slowly but steadily. The design part is almost finished in the creative, so that's gonna help a lot with the progress.
Okay.
Because designing it is also taking a while.
Yeah.
We can fly a bit to the right side, because that's the side I also showed you in the last tour.
Yeah. Fizzly
As
said
you
that
notice,
the view has evolved
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, I've made a lot more trees as well. So that out here on the wall, that's like the same spot we were last time. And now you can see the way I've made the observatory and a greenhouse and connected up the buildings, and there are a lot more trees now in the area.
Yeah.
So that helps a lot with the views.
Now, do you you have like a handful of trees you just kind of dot around in different places, like a handful of designs?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, a handful of designs. I've since you told me last year, I've been experimenting with Axiom a lot.
Yeah.
This is one of the greatest mods ever.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy you suggested it to me, because now I'm just very fond of it. I'm using it a lot.
You know, it's funny. I made that suggestion and I haven't learned any of Axiom at all. My goal is to take this summer and learn a good bit of it with a couple of friends.
Yeah. Yeah, I've not watched like any tutorials. I just figured it out all on my own. And
Yeah.
it's been a blast. It's like an amazing mod for building. keep figuring out new stuff,
Yeah.
and it's just so incredibly complex, but it does so much. That's
Yeah,
just so
it's
cool.
really been game changing. I think it's completely changed the creative course of this game.
Yeah, definitely. It's been amazing. It's like the best mods ever.
So,
yeah, I wanna add
were you still working on your storage system last time, or was that all done?
I mean, the redstone part is done. Only the
Mhm.
details on the inside and the outside still need some working.
Okay.
But we can finish it eventually because it's been having some touches, low touches. We fly through here.
And
Also made this down area a bit
okay.
with a
Oh, I really like
New
that
block
tree.
with it.
That's so cool.
yeah, it's like sort of a willow tree here. And it's
Wow.
also one of the what I told you about making little areas to store stuff.
Hmm.
This is also one of them. So this building below here is a small storage room that used to house a lot of stuff, and we got to work at all. So you have everything here, like stone cutters and the chest. There's still some materials here.
That's cool. I really like this idea of having the storage areas, the little setup camps.
Yeah,
That's so
it's
smart.
it's been a blast, and it's like also like a chill area to have like a field fishing spot.
Hmm.
It's a little relaxing area here. Yeah, that's one of the things I try to do more, like those buildings with all the materials or rooms in bigger builds.
Hmm.
I just think that does so much. And we can go to the other side of the storage, which also have been doing a lot of work. We can fly over there.
Okay.
This area hasn't changed that much. But this side of the cliff has. So this has been
Ooh.
my first attempt of building a cliff with Axiom.
Hmm.
This was the very first attempt, and I think it turned out pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, at least for the first time I tried it. Especially when you go to the bridge, it's like diagonal and it's going upwards. That's all been done with Axiom. I think that's pretty cool.
This is
Yeah, Axiom is
really
great for that.
really beautiful.
Yeah, and also the place we talked about for the inspiration wise with the big waterfalls,
Hmm.
the design part is done. So now we're just recreating it in survival on this side.
Now, are you
can
gonna
see all
try
the work
and
that
do
goes in.
like the redstone ones that have been floating around the internet, or are you just gonna go for the good old fashioned?
Oh no, I just I don't really enjoy the moving bits and parts. I like just the old casual waterfalls with water. I'm
Yeah.
open to like make the splashes and stuff with
Mhm.
with glass, but I really enjoy just having a waterfall be water.
I'm the same kind of way, and I like the details of like glass cobwebs and all that stuff. I just feel like moving is a bit too much for this game. I like the picturesque
Yeah.
aesthetic that just having the good old waterfall brings.
Yeah, I agree. Like if Mojang decides to update waterfalls, waterways, then it'd be good.
Hmm.
But I just like having the simple waterfalls.
Even if they update it, I don't think they do more than just adding more like immersive particles, which is completely fine. I think that would do wonders for waterfalls and all that.
Yeah, or the like the splashes mod head.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dust to water. I think that looks pretty cool. And also around the storage here, it might not look as many, but it's like 250 trees that are already built here.
Gosh.
Yeah, I try to keep track of them. Like every 5 trees, I leave a note somewhere, so I keep track of all the trees I've made.
That is crazy. I think I've made like 4 in my world. Maybe.
I think I'm like closing in on like 500.
Gosh.
And it's also what I told you about connecting up the builds more, so it's a lot more cohesive now.
Hmm.
I made a lot of filler builds here, trying to connect everything together. I'm really excited to start the interior. I can see these grand hallways here, connecting up to the greenhouse, and out here, connecting up to the massive towers. I can really see the scale.
Hmm.
It's really been a blast working on this area, just connecting it all up, just making the trees here and the observatory.
And this is all like your personal base, right? Your personal storage system and all that?
Yeah, I share like the inside with people, but the exterior here, that's mostly my base.
Okay.
Yeah, it took also a while to design this. Used a lot of inspiration and different versions of it.
I like the ceiling. That's cool.
Yeah, that's the bottom of a new sort of map.
Oh, okay.
Like a big grand hall over here. It's gonna be a more zoomed out map. It just takes a lot of time.
Yeah. No, I couldn't imagine.
And I also really like the way this has like a college vibe to it. You know, that's
Oh, yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of people can sit around here.
Like a lecture hall.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the idea I went for. I think it looks pretty cool.
Are you gonna
I
connect
feel
the
like-
telescope to the base or something?
Yeah, I just haven't quite figured out how I wanted to do that.
Yeah, that's kind of tough.
But I'm gonna lower it down, or maybe I'll just make some sort of raised platform here.
You just do a bunch of
Just
like
not-
floating gears and cogs and stuff in the up here.
Oh yeah, that would be a cool idea. Yeah, it sometimes just leave stuff when I'm like not entirely sure how I want to do it, and
Oh, yeah.
usually it comes out like 10 times better once I actually do it.
Yeah, it's a lot better than trying to force yourself to do it in the moment.
Yeah, that's what I try to take my time. Also, with this area, I like a lot of the waterways here and a lot of waterfalls and greenery here. Just really like the way it connects up, and all the roads and everything. Just taking a lot of cool views here.
Do you wish we had like mud slabs so that you could blend it a little bit better? Or like some darker slabs to use?
Yeah, I would like to have an update with a lot of river and lake features and stuff, because I built so much of those, and I think the game would benefit a lot from some more river and lake stuff.
Definitely like cattails. Those are in like almost every single
Yeah.
mod.
Yeah, agreed. I make those with candles and with green glass.
Yeah.
So this area hasn't changed that much the
Mhm.
last time you were on. The only thing I did change was making all these tunnels look a little bit better, a lot more cleaner with more greenery and stuff. Still gonna come back around to designing the entire interior,
Mhm.
because we've had so many new blocks added that some parts don't even fit anymore.
No, I'm actually in the middle of designing a storage room for my world, and this is very impressive. You have like one whole redstone system, right? Connecting everything and sorting everything.
Yeah, everything is automatically sorted. We sort almost every item in the game.
Mhm.
And as of recently, I've made a non-stackable item, like a room that pulls out all the non-stackable items. And I've made a new overflow area. So over here to the right is a little decorated room. And this pulls out all the non-stackable items, like most of them.
Wow.
So they don't end up in the overflow.
Now, when you're like getting stuff for projects, do you like running back and forth across every single hallway trying to find what you need, or do you not really care? Like, does it make a difference for you?
I mean, I view this like some sort of shopping center, you know? I just go here shopping with my sugar boxes and just get everything I need.
Okay.
I think that's probably the best way to describe it. It's something I really enjoy, just walking around here and just going to all the different areas, just grabbing what I need.
Mm. 'Cause the thing that I'm like struggling with is I feel like I'm making my storage room too big, but at the same time, like, there's a lot of stuff to hold and collect in Minecraft. So like, I don't know where that happy medium place is because I've never really made a storage room before. So I've kind of, I see this as like a lot. Mine's definitely not this big, but it feels way bigger than anything I'm used to. So I'm not sure if I'm making it too big or what. I just kind of have to feel it out and see at the end of the day.
Yeah, like also if you remember for the last tour, we have like this is like 4 or 5 different chest rooms, just because I was figuring out what I like. And those are the buddies that grab the items that flow around and they just don't despawn. So just keep the visitors around. Oh, this is the overflow area. I wanted to make this a little bit more accessible, so you can access all the chests here. And a lot of overflow and random items. It's been filled up. And then on the sides here you have 2 buttons which turn on the overflow, and then everything connects back into the storage. So if you look below here, everything gets filled out.
That's really cool.
Yeah, if I upgrade the storage room or add more stuff, I don't have to like manually take everything out, put it back in.
I was just thinking
no.
that too. Like, do you just have like a cleaning day or something? You come through here, but this is so cool.
And we do have cleaning days though. We just recently did cleanups. Like with the stuff we had a lot of, we're just crafting it up. Like we have a serious amount of cobblestone. Just gonna craft up it all into all the different types of cobblestone blocks. So you're just filling up the storage.
Oh, that's smart too.
yeah, I
So
think
you
that's-
just have a big excess of like every block basically.
Yeah, so the things that we do not have room for to store anymore, like we have 27 chocobox of cobblestone or something. Everything that's extra, we're gonna craft up into the walls, slabs, stairs, furnaces, and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that means you're gonna have a lot of everything.
And you're gonna use it eventually.
Yeah, eventually, definitely. I'm really happy I did that. Right, I'm gonna go to the Nether Hub. You already
Okay.
seen a little sneak peek before.
It might be in the thumbnail a little bit.
Yeah. We recently redid some of the portals, so my main base is now like a large portal that represents what's on the other side. Been working on I don't know if you have the Nether fog off.
I do. Yep.
Yeah, so I've made a wall with all sort of statues.
I was wondering. I just saw the blank ones. Now I see you and your buddy.
Yeah, I'm having a few more designs in the creative. I still gotta build them. I'm trying to get all the players here to have their own statue around. But I severely underestimated how much stone you needed for all the plain statues.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stone in here.
So is this similar
Yeah,
to
and
that?
I wanna-
You have like a tower somewhere, right, with all of our heads?
Yeah, the map. That's like the big table with the map on it and all the people sitting around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of similar of this, only then larger in the Nether. I think that really adds to it. And if you walk past this portal in the distance, I don't know if you can see it loading in, but there's the new gold farm.
Yeah.
It's been supplying us with a lot of gold.
Did you have to build this after they changed the piglin thing?
Ooh, I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, they changed like something about angering piglins and giving you XP, but I don't know if it actually affected regular gold farms.
Yeah, this uses turtle eggs.
Okay. Probably not that.
Yeah,
That's
it's been
cool.
the only sad thing about this is it works so well, but it doesn't work when there's somebody else online. So only when you're on your own. So I'm probably gonna make a second one that you can use when there are people on, and this one works a lot. Like it's one of the most efficient farms I think you can make, and works really well. And now I'm excited to show you. You've already seen it a bit, also from the thumbnail. But one of the bigger builds we made last year, with a really cool looking portal. Well, this is the new grand entrance to the end.
This is very, very cool looking.
Yeah, it's been a really fun time designing it. It took a lot to get this to the point where it is right now. Because this, when you look below the water, you see deep slate. So this is like 20 blocks into the deep slate layer.
Yeah, lots of digging. Did you use like
lot of-
TNT machines or anything?
Yeah, but this is a circle, and I used the TNT machines only for making a square. So there was a lot of hand digging done. And also when they added the recent blocks, I made a little cave over here with some very simple farms for the new foliage blocks.
Oh, that's cool.
So that'll be a cool addition to add here, so we have a reason to come back here.
Yeah. Now so we saw like early Axiom practice. Is this like you kind of know what you're doing now, and this is a result of that?
This was also a big part of the learning curve.
Okay.
I've been practicing a lot here, so some parts I would probably do better now than I did before, but it's been a very nice way to practice. Like also the ship you see up there, also used to be just a straight ship, but I rotated it and made it all crashed with Axiom, just rotating it on different axes, so that's been pretty cool. Yeah, it's been a blast working on this, practicing. It's been a very large design process as well.
I think
But
it's
I'm
very
starting
well
to get-
done.
Yeah, and also these palm trees are like they're only two different designs, but I rotated them on a lot of different axes, so they look all different because they are all different, which looks pretty cool. All the palm trees out here.
All of this has basically
up?
just solidified my need to try and learn this mod, because it's done
Yeah.
so many incredible things.
Yeah, it's making the design process, even for smaller builds, I use it a lot.
Yeah.
And also what's fun is, because we had a double end portal spawn, which means that in this hot air balloon is a second portal.
Oh, really?
So you can, don't try to fly in because you go to the end. You can hop back here.
Wow. So what? Because it updated to the caves and cliffs?
Yeah, the Caves and Cliffs updates caused this to spawn a second portal.
Wow.
So I thought like include it
Yeah.
in just a sort of, I think what's fun, it's like a Nether themed hot air balloon, stealing like an end portal. It's like, that was the idea. It's like they're stealing it.
Yeah. It's a smart way to do it too. Because I don't know. I feel like if it happened to me, I'd just think about getting it out of the way. But incorporating it into the build, I think you've done that very well. And it works very well.
Yeah, it's been a learning curve here with all the stuff I had going on here. But it's also a place where we experimented a lot with sidelines. So if you come back to the temple, the orange temple, you're already focusing a lot on texturing, but also when you come in here, it feels like a more enclosed area since I've made like a palm tree closer. We're trying to work more with perspective.
Yeah.
And also, as you can notice, if you look to the left here, maybe a little bit further up, you can see that behind the waterfall here, it looks a little lighter. It's because I've been like viewing this as like a painting, so I've been painting all the colors on here.
Okay, like adding
Just getting
like,
the shading
light,
and stuff.
Yeah, the light shafts.
Yeah, so I think that's been pretty cool.
Now, do you plan on adding more of the temple structures around here, or is this pretty much like this is how it's gonna stay?
No, I think I'm gonna add more. I think gonna add more to that side over there, and that needs a lot more foliage. And I had some little statues in mind, and other things. Just haven't gotten around to like actually designing everything here. What's also fun is that I discovered here. I didn't know in the creative. In survival here, there is like a massive cave going down into lava. So I was thinking making like some waterfalls go down into the cave to integrate it. It's also, you can see how deeply we're into bedrock, so it took a while to dig. Which is pretty cool.
Oh, there's even like a mine shaft back there too.
Yeah, it's like really large, like a massive lava lake with hanging mine shafts on top. It's pretty cool.
No, I really like this idea for the end portal. It's very creative, very unique. I love the style, the vibe is just perfect.
Yeah, I'm really proud of it.
What gave you this idea in like the first place? Do you remember?
Actually, I have no idea.
Okay.
I didn't get any inspiration for it. I'm not sure where I got it from. Just started working on it, experimenting, and I was like, all right, let's make this a deep hole. And then for the temple, I think I saw a post on Instagram or something to have the idea. But the rest, like the hot air balloon and everything, that was just a random thought.
That's impressive.
Yeah, and this ship is also probably one of the most painful builds I've made on the server.
Yeah. Did having like the axiom help you rotate and all that stuff, did that make it easier, or would you say it was pretty equally as hard?
No, this made it a lot easier. Like having the model and opening up to the freely rotate, I could like perfectly angle it so it's like crashed into here and been hanging over. I think that's been pretty cool. Only like the amount of texture and details that went into this. You're not even gonna see it from down low. But there went so much time and effort into this. It's all textured and all detailed.
Wow. This is super impressive. Are you ever gonna do like the outside of this area, like change it to kind of match the inside dome, or?
Yeah, we have big plans on changing out the entire area here because the waterways need to be dug out. It's gonna be a castle on top of here. The parts out here is gonna have more tropical islands. You're gonna see a little bit of teasers of those in the creative.
Okay.
Just been experimenting with that. And I think now it could be time to go into the end because I've been doing a lot of work there as well. So I don't know if you remember last time that I wanted to make.
Vaguely, yeah.
Well, you're probably gonna notice it.
Wait. Was it? It was something Star Wars related, right?
It was Star Wars related.
Okay. Oh boy.
So, as you're noticing, especially when you look up,
Yeah.
it's all enclosed because we're in the Death Star.
That's right. I do remember that. You actually did it?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
This is the biggest one you can make in vanilla Minecraft.
Uh-huh.
It goes from the bottom of the to the top of the world.
Oh my gosh. How
So that's,
how long did that take?
Like, realistically, it didn't take too long at all because this has such a simple palette and a
Okay.
simple shape that I knocked this down in like 2 days.
Oh my gosh.
They were two harsh days though, but
Yeah.
this build is
You-
also probably one of my favorites.
You know about the easy place mode with Lightmatica, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just found that out. I've been preaching to everybody I know.
Yeah, it's not everyone knows it. It's like a really nice.
Yeah, it's a it's a hand saver and back saver, and oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Saves
definitely.
your health in general. Ooh, I see. You just custom map art.
Oh yeah, you can see it over here, a lot closer, on this side. I've made a few different maps here.
That's so cool. I
So
had
now I
this.
have like an
I had a similar idea to do like floor plans for floor plans for buildings. It's like, you know, whenever you go into like public buildings or whatever, they have like a section of the wall that has like just a map with the different layers and stuff where you can find different
Oh, yeah?
rooms. I had a similar idea to do that with maps. This is absolutely gorgeous. It makes me want to do that even more now.
Yeah, there's like a big screen showing off the different things that are going on in the end. So it's like the end station with a lot of gibberish and
Yeah.
some stats and some breaches that are going on.
I can see, honestly, the writing looks like it's the Star Wars script. Like that looks perfect.
Yeah, it's just a little gibberish, and I made it just random and put it everywhere, and I
Mhm.
think it turned out pretty cool.
No, this is incredible.
Yeah, this entire I also made some custom armor stands with the stormtroopers.
Mm-hmm.
Then it could look really cool. I believe those are not. I'm not sure if this is actual stormtroopers or the First Order ones. And also, what's fun is that this Death Star is like our end station, so it's completely filled to the brim with farms.
Oh my goodness. I heard TNT going
So-
off earlier.
Yeah, there's somebody AFKing now over here. If you walk towards this platform, there's somebody AFKing the mangrove farm.
Wow.
So yeah, we have we can farm every single tree over in this side. So we have the mangrove, the dark oak, pale oak, the 2 nether trees, and all the basic trees. And also we have above us like a ginormous bone meal farm that supplies everything. So you can see it all going around in circles here.
Oh, is this like the storage area down here too?
Yeah, it's not all connected up because this used to be the original, it's called the concrete room. So there's still a little bit of that left.
Mm-hmm.
But on this side, we have had a lot of connected. And also when you look at like the the blocks of bamboo, is that I've also integrated some crafters in here.
Okay.
Also for the hay bales, this helps with the storage. Because last time they were about to add them, and I was like very excited to add everything. This is the concrete hall. This has a lot of sugar loaders that supplies us with all the concrete and everything we need. Works very efficiently. You also have the sand and stuff at the end.
This is crazy. Do
So
you
it keeps us supplied.
you don't have like a dupe or anything, do you? Or do you?
Yeah, we do we do
Okay.
have a duper.
Is that at a?
Um,
I assume it's at a different end portal because you couldn't have that at the,
Yeah.
the very beautiful one.
Yeah, we have a different end portal with a very nice duper, and also upgraded the converter. It's a lot smaller and a lot more efficient. I can show you. It's pretty cool. Also having a down low area here.
Where'd you go? I lost you.
Here, to the side.
Oh.
Going down to different layers. It's gonna add more farms and stuff.
More?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's a little sneak peek behind the scenes here. I love the waterways
Wow.
to connect everything and the different colored wires.
Mm-hmm.
If you look down here, like where I'm at. This is all the crafters arrays. This is what crafts all the full blocks we have going into their respective variants.
Okay.
So if they add more farms, they'll just go through here and go back through the system, which has been pretty nice because it produces so much over here that sometimes you just can't keep up.
Now, I made a cactus farm that was like really complex for being just a cactus farm. Did you make all this just like yourself? Like, I know that I've seen that those tree makers or the tree TNT farms elsewhere, but do you like try and make your own in creative, like your own redstone farms, or you just kind of go off of what people put on the internet?
Sometimes I try to make my own if I understand the principles, but some people just make like amazing farms.
Yeah.
Like I have, I'll show you in a bit. I mean, we can go through it now. Some people have made such innovative farms that like I could never.
No, yeah.
And I'm just so in love with it. Like for example, if you go up here, there's this. This is probably one of my favorite farms. This is a cobblestone and a basalt generator. It has both, and it has just a switch to it. And I could never make this, and this is just 2-in-1.
It's just
and
crazy.
it works so nice. Yeah, that's amazing. This keeps us supplied with so much, like having 4 different villager arrays below with farming villagers.
Mm-hmm.
Because we needed a lot of the crops for crops fields. We have a big bamboo farm over here. It's relatively simple, but
Oh, this is
pretty cool.
This is my wheelhouse. I'd know how to do something like this.
yeah, just with all sorts of unloaders here and just gets everything across. What's also been fun is that we have sort of a control room, which we've been trying to hook up everything to the control room. Just following up this big staircase. Is also where the exit portal is at.
Okay. Do you have like a wither killer somewhere? Do you use that for here, or do you do that somewhere else?
At the moment we don't have one. We used to have one below here.
Mhm.
This is where the original wither killer room was. But I'm kind of scared to use it. You can also see the map art in the distance.
Oh, you did the map out here?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because the void is gray.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, I think that's pretty easy, but I kind of want to tear down and make it further away because it's kind of
Mm.
messing up some sidelines outside.
Well, I mean, once you got the one right, you can just copy it and use it for others.
Yeah. So I've make a big screen here with honey behind it, so all the items that the Death Star produces go down across this screen. So I can stand here and see everything that gets produced. And on the side here, the new copper bulbs, I'm trying to connect all the farms up to buttons. So now the bone meal farm is running,
Okay.
the bamboo is running, the wheat is running. We just
Oh, let me
control
get the-
everything here.
The top-down map. Wow.
Yeah. And it's also even an older one, because if we go down below, back to the center, we recently saw that Stan was building a Death Star.
Mm-hmm.
If you know him, the
Ooh.
YouTuber,
Okay, yeah.
he was doing a Death Star. And you can see here that this laser looks already different, because we upgraded the laser. Because ours is like, not, our Death Star is not textured at all.
Mm-hmm.
So we were trying to texture it. So we've been going at it. We can go to the outside, so you can actually get a good view at it. Been
Yeah.
trying to texture it.
There's a part of me
Yeah.
that really wants to do like a big industrial area like this, and this I think is the perfect way to do it. Instead of like having just a random area out in the middle of the world, you have just a gigantic space station out in the middle of space with all your forms and stuff. I think that's perfect.
Yeah, I think it's pretty nice. Like everything is connected. As you can see, this is looking so cool.
Wow. That's crazy. It feels so much bigger on the inside. It's criminal. It
Yeah.
needs to take like the entire screen. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's been cool. I've been debating upping the world height here. I have some stuff in my own world, so it's the world height is higher, and the laser can connect up to further in space. I'm gonna make an exploding planet from the laser.
That would be
I
cool.
just didn't have enough space here.
You can do that like just in this dimension, right? It doesn't have to be like a override for every world or every dimension.
I'm not entirely sure how I want to do it. I downloaded a data pack, but that corrupted the world I did it in, so I'm
Ooh.
kind of hesitant with doing it again.
Yeah, they've been
But
doing
I
a
think
lot
the
of
result is worth it.
they've been doing a lot of tweaking behind the scenes. I think something like a manual adjusting of the world height. It could be something I could see Mojang just implementing into vanilla. I think a lot of
Yeah,
people
'cause
have
I-
requested it because of the way that the building has gone now, and the way that people are like wanting to do things.
Yeah, exactly. Just want to upgrade, and I made the design for another planet that's out here, and I love TIE fighters, but I'll show you that in the
Ooh.
creative in a bit.
That's so cool.
And when you go down here, I've made a new Animan farm. This is our main source of XP. It's a very simple but very clean design here,
hmm
just at the bottom of the world. This is where I always get all the XP we need. I really like an open design, so we have some layered walls so the enemies can teleport.
Are you ever gonna put this in like a ship, or are you just gonna leave it out like this?
The original idea was to put it in a ship, but I still gotta figure out what I want to do exactly.
You gotta make it
think it
spawn
could be
proof
cool
too.
Yeah, but that's why I like it having this open thing at the bottom here. It's just very nice. And I've made a dispenser below here, so all the ender pearls get dispensed. This is pretty nice.
This is really cool. Are you okay?
it's been
Question: which
yeah.
trilogy is your favorite?
Hmm.
Nope, missed it.
I'm just a very big fan of clones.
Yeah,
I just can't help it.
I've started watching the Clone Wars again.
Yeah, I love the series.
I
I've
think
seen
I've,
everything clone related.
I've only watched the Clone Wars, like the series, through once, so this will be my second time watching it through, and I'm really excited to catch all the things that I missed from watching it the first time.
Oh yeah, it's been when I'm watching it as an adult, it's been a blast.
Yeah, it changes your entire perspective.
Yeah, if you also seen the the newest season, they added like 6 years later than when the series ended.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what
Yeah,
I went through, I was like halfway done. I watched it all as a kid, and then I was about halfway through rewatching it again, and then I just kind of stopped out of the middle of nowhere, and then I heard about the new season, so I went back and finished that. And now it's been a few years since I've done everything, so I'm gonna go back through and just get the whole experience again.
Yeah, I really like also implementing stuff from there to my own world. I really enjoyed watching it. And also because we're now spawned in here, we've also really trying to get like having a nice feeling when you spawn in here.
hmm
Just like you're actually coming into harbor.
Yeah, it's really cozy. It's like you just woke up from, I don't like like the Skyrim opening where you just kind of fade into
Yeah,
being awake. Yeah, it's kind of like that. I like that.
yeah, that's what we tried to do. I'd like to show off an area of someone who recently joined.
Okay.
Not recently, when I told you, like after the last tour.
It's about a year.
It's about a year. I've also been doing a lot of collab builds with him because his style really matches mine. He's been hard at work in this area.
I really want to do a mountain range.
Yeah, I'm also planning out one, like a massive one.
I've been trying to find like some inspiration for mountain ranges that I really like. I want to do something that's not just gray, you know. Like I want to do something cool.
Oh, I think I'm gonna use a little basalt.
Yeah, I was considering like Deep Slate or something, like a really dark mountain. That portal's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, me and him designed this one together for him. His area looks pretty cool. It's like massive wheat fields here, and it's gonna make a lot of trees and stuff around. A lot of nature. We're really trying together with him to make very cool and interesting builds. Also with the waterways here and the cliffs, trying to make this area also come to life. It's been pretty cool having this area here, like just a new addition to the world.
This is really pretty. This is the kind of thing that makes
Yeah.
me want to like move in my world and just start over and do just highly detailed, intricate, everything's thought out where it needs to be. But it's hard like staying in place and working on the projects that I have been working on. This is just so inspiring.
Yeah, it's also inspiring me to do other stuff, you know, having different people on. And it's just been really cool. I think we can visit the modern area. It's also had some touch-ups.
Okay.
I've also been planning to do it with some builders on the server that when I finish the projects we're on right now, and then I want to go to the modern area to help that area out.
Okay. I think it's crazy how many different styles just work in Minecraft and look good. There's like a style for everybody.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting.
You go all the way from gigantic space stations in the end to modern cityscapes to old medieval towns. It's just crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. He's also been doing like a lot of work down here, trying to figure out a nice viewpoint here. Maybe on one of the trees here.
Very nice.
He's been doing a lot on the skyline, making some graffiti on the
Yeah, I was
walls.
gonna
That's what
say.
I did.
Oh, that was from you?
Yeah, I did those, but somebody added a nice bow to my skin.
Very nice. Oh, I like the prismarine here. That's cool.
Yeah, this is like he's been hard at work here, but we're gonna help him out a bit.
Mm.
There's also been a lot of stuff done in creative, which I'm also gonna show you in a bit because it's very exciting. He's made this entire street. We're gonna do a lot more decoration here. Just doing a lot more stuff overall on this side because I really want to try out some more modern things, and I think it's starting to look really cool.
Yeah. Oh, I see IKEA boxes.
Yeah, made in IKEA. Also gonna make a big Walmart somewhere, definitely.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. You got to do, I don't know if you are familiar with it. Costco is a big, like, American warehouse store. It's very popular here.
Yeah, just gonna make all that stuff around here. Just now it's all been done by one person. I think if we can lock in with like 3 or 4, this area is gonna really expand like a lot.
Very.
Definitely want to expand this like 3 times when the come around next year.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll make this a yearly thing.
Yeah. And I think it just looks pretty cool. And also adding a lot more boards on the buildings, just variation in the heights of the buildings. Yeah, it's been pretty cool.
This is something I've been wanting to get into as well, doing like city skylines.
Yeah,
my world
it's
is definitely more like modern than the medieval old fantasy stuff. So this is kind of the direction that I'm kind of leaning. But I also want to do just any projects really. So I need to either suck it up and put everything in one place, like all the medieval builds right next to all the city builds, or just do what you guys are doing and have different kingdoms everywhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna like the transition area between the modern and the medieval. I want to do a mega build, and a mega build is going to be a mountain, and a mountain is going to be a divider between the medieval area and the modern area.
That works.
So that's something we're going to be working on. It's going to go towards this area. We're now just making new flats here and new neighborhoods all around. There are a lot of like little upgraded things throughout the world. I think we've hit almost every single big one we made. So if it'd be okay with you, I can give you some teasers in the creative world.
Sure, yeah. I do
I'll
think I
send you
need...
the-
Is it a... Yeah, you're going to send me the IP?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to fly around the other side of the city real fast.
Yeah, feel free to explore.
One thing I think is really impressive... did you watch the new Andor season?
No, not yet.
Okay. They used a building. It's like a... I think it's a museum in France or something like that for the Parliament or the Galactic Senate. And I thought it's like a very artsy, artistic, modern building. And I thought that was really inspiring. And I think I want to do something that's like hyper futuristic for my modern city expansion. But I haven't really decided on a theme yet. Because I really just love
That
like
could
this
be-
general modern city. But I think something like hyper futuristic would be also really fun to try.
Oh yeah, like, oh, that would be cool, yeah. I also want to try like different districts here, with different build styles, different ways of texturing and stuff. So it feels like a big city with different districts. That would be pretty cool. Right, I sent you the IP and I whitelisted you.
Okay. I will
we can get-
disconnect and join that one.
And also been doing like the little things. We did having emblems on the server. Just the little things that make it look cool.
Okay, joining up. Emblems like next to the names.
Yeah.
Did I join the right one? Yeah, okay. I'm in. Oh, so this is
Oh, that's
all
where
my
you spawned
old
up.
gear
Oh, this is where
from
it
the
was.
last time.
That's cool though. Now you're in creative.
Okay.
Right, so you can I have axiom, so I can fly a little bit faster. This is you're on the back side of the big terrain we were making.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. With all the trees now. Okay.
Yeah, I can teleport you to the front and see. You can get the entire look of it. Oh,
Where am I? There we
Here
go.
you are.
Okay.
this is gonna be how it is gonna look.
Okay. And then you
I
said
think this is
a castle at some point, or what was it?
no, that's not on this side. That's not on this side.
Okay.
Castle's gonna be on this side, but I really like the way we did the
Gotcha.
terrain here.
Yeah, yeah.
And to the right side, I have this cool path going up. With very large mushrooms and everything, and it just looks pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool. I love these. That's so cool. That's
It's
such a
like
neat
more of
little
like
design.
a mythical. Yeah, it's like a mythical forest here.
Yeah.
I also have some bigger mushrooms on the side of the cliffs. And also, for example, the interior of the cave. We also did it in survival, so in creative that's not here yet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just up here.
And I'm responding to
good.
Fizzly real fast.
Right.
No, it is a whitelist only server, right? So even if the IP was in the VOD,
No, it's
it should be
whitelist.
fine.
People can try to join.
Okay.
It's whitelisted.
Oh, this is where the little cave was. So do
Yeah, that's
you
the
go
cave, yeah.
through? Is this like something that you're deliberate with in planning, or is this something you go through and add like in the survivor world afterward?
This is like I made this designing just here, just to see. That was the idea, and then in survival we fleshed it out.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's it for this area. I can show some other stuff we've been working on. I want to show you the port town I've been working on, so you get the idea across.
Okay. And was that witch hut in that area an actual witch hut?
No, that was just a random building I made
Okay.
there. So this is more of the area going to be expanding.
Okay.
So you see to the left, you see the port I was making.
Mm-hmm.
The more exotic port. To the right side, it's going to be a lot more larger warehouses and a lot of cranes and everything.
Mm-hmm.
This gonna be part of like the larger city.
So is this all going to be in like this build style here?
The build style I haven't quite figured out yet.
Okay.
This is more just a concept and layout.
Mm-hmm.
Because somebody else made that one, so I'm still kind of figuring out
Gotcha.
what I want to do. If you fly across here to the bridge here, this is gonna
Ooh.
be a whole new city and a whole new district.
You sent this in the Discord, right?
Yeah. This is what I've been working on now. I really like the bridge design, the drawbridge.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, this is gonna be the entire. This is like enclosed by like large canals, connecting all these bridges, and this is gonna be like the Narrows from Gotham. This part in the middle, so it's gonna be very grim,
Okay.
very packed together,
Okay.
and the outside is all gonna be city.
That's so cool.
It's gonna be
I-
a lot of large buildings.
This feels so alive. This little strip here.
Yeah, this is just more of proof of concept for the rest of the build.
I like it a
Which
lot.
is pretty cool. Yeah, I can teleport you to this side. I'm just gonna teleport you around
That's fine.
because I can move very quickly. This side is going to be like the coastal cliff side of the city. So the city is going to be packed upon these coastal cliffs.
Oh, Fizzly asks, is there an IRL reference to the bridge, or just kind of something fantasy?
I think it's mostly based off the drawbridge in London.
Okay, the
Tower
London
Bridge.
Bridge, the Tower Bridge.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it was based off. But the pilot is something different. But that's what it was based off.
Mhm.
And here I'm gonna make. This is how I do terrain. I do it with purple. Yeah, it's gonna be also a cool lighthouse on the front of the city.
Yeah, I like that. That's very picturesque. It's a cool looking lighthouse.
Yeah, it's gonna make like a lot of cool sidelines and stuff. And if you fly to the end of the cliffs, you're gonna notice a very big purple mountain.
Oh goodness.
This was done with the with Axiom, and it has like a height mod, so you can a height map. You can download a height map from any mountain you want. And you
Really?
can slap it in, and then it will create the shapes of the mountain.
Oh my gosh, it just
And
keeps
then-
going.
Yeah, and then I'm manually smoothing it out. It's gonna be one of the what's it called a mega project in the future.
Wow.
I'm gonna connect a lot of the cliff sides on this side of the river, like on across the mountains,
Mhm.
as like a natural barrier, and gonna make more city behind it. I'm gonna make a bridge connecting it through, and I'm gonna make a tunnel going through the mountain with a portal in the middle, and then it connects up to the modern style. So this is like the divider, like almost like a
Gotcha.
time cave.
Okay. That'd be cool if it like was like an old mine entrance, and then on the other side was like a subway tunnel or something like that.
Yeah, I wanted to make something like maybe like a research station with some satellites and everything on the other side.
Ooh, that yeah.
So that's probably gonna be pretty cool.
Seeing this really makes me want to just pick up Axiom and learn everything.
Yeah, Axiom is really amazing. Although also the bridges I showed you, the drawbridges,
Mhm.
I copied those around the canals, but then in different orientations, all with Axiom.
Okay.
That just makes it so cool.
And I've been seeing like the flags and everything around for each of the different districts. I think that's such a cool way to like know which part of the world you're in case you're forgetting or something.
Yeah, this is the Seagate design I made. Also looks pretty cool. Yeah, I'm really excited to start working this area. I still want to figure out some stuff, and then I'm gonna start this district.
Yeah, I really like this style.
Yeah, he was also like wondering about I'm gonna TP you to the end portal.
Okay.
This is the design of the end portal. You're gonna see on the other side there is a large bridge. It's orange,
Mhm.
but there's stuff that's gonna be around on the other side. We have a lot of islands with the palm trees, and
Ooh,
next to the end
okay.
portal is gonna be the castle.
So you got a lot of
And a big-
digging to do.
Yeah, I got a lot of digging to do.
Wow.
This is like how it's gonna look eventually. So this is I really like the planning server. It just makes everything look very cool.
Yeah.
If you fly past the big shrine that's flying on top of the mesa,
Okay, I was curious what that was.
yeah, it's gonna be like a big shrine out here.
Okay.
If you fly out to the right, then you're gonna go to the exterior of the storage, and you're gonna see how eventually it's gonna look.
Okay. Wow. Oh wow.
This was
So you have some big plans still.
yeah, this is what's gonna be.
It's giving like Rivendell vibes from Lord of the Rings. All the water features, the bridges.
Yeah, I think you also said that last time about Lord of the Rings.
Oh, it must be true then.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
This is wow.
Yeah, it's starting to look really cool. I kind of want to add these big dome here.
Mhm.
It's probably going to be a center for the happy gas because the big
Ooh.
entryways.
Okay. So, that'd be cool having just a bunch floating around in here.
Yeah, and just having them hatch here, making the big tanks of water they
Mhm.
can go through.
Ooh, that's cool.
And on the other side is also still some cliffs and stuff I'm trying to figure out. It's a little
Mhm.
bit different. The terrain is wrapped all the way around.
Mhm.
It still needs some details though. And especially like on top of the storage near the lake, there's a lot of details now. So that's what's really gonna tie it together.
Very cool. This is such an
So
impressive base.
yeah, it's been a really fun time designing it, and it's so complex and everything. I just really like it. Let me see what else. We can go to the modern, so you can see a little bit there. It's probably mostly gonna all be built, but I'll teleport you there.
Okay. I'm just trying to soak in all the details that I can. Ooh, okay.
This is a hospital I was making of a reference image, and this is gonna be like a new district. It's gonna
Okay.
have a little bit more detail and a little different style of houses.
I see. This is giving like cyberpunk vibes. This building right here. That's another cityscape architecture thing that I've been interested in. It's just so hard picking one to just try and practice with.
Yeah, it's been a try like expanding the district, so we have like more cyberpunky stuff, and transitioning. Just gonna expand it a lot.
Mm.
And in the other side of the city, there hasn't been done a lot. The only thing I do want to show is, I don't know if you have seen The Last of Us.
Yeah, the show. I haven't played the games or anything though.
Oh yeah. I've been making like a little bit of a horror element, a little bit of story,
Cool.
designing a outbreak. So this is like an outbreak center with all the white tents and everything and the banners.
That's so cool.
And also the fun thing is that below here there is a subway station.
Okay.
So if you walk down here, it's all been properly blocked off.
Oh, creakings?
Yeah, there's a lot of creakings down here. Like it said taken over. It's like the clickers, so I call them also clickers.
Okay.
And it's been really just a big subway station over here.
This is
There's the
such a
carts
cool
and everything.
idea.
There's a lot of shriekers and stuff behind it, so you get a lot of crazy sounds.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I really like the pale stuff for like the overgrown vibe here.
Yeah. No, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Now, the eye blossoms, is it just a light thing? I thought it was like a nighttime thing that they opened up.
No, it's light.
Okay.
So this one is now open to see, and those ones are in the dark. They're
Gotcha.
closed.
Okay, yeah. That's really cool. I love that idea.
Yeah, it's something. Those little things make the area feel alive.
Yeah. And it's like, so not everything's the samey, you know, it's just throwing a little bit of a curve into everything else you're doing.
Yeah, it's just adding those little things are gonna change like everything.
Yeah.
Right, I want to show you another area.
Okay.
It's the one we were just at, the base of the other newer player. For the
Oh.
creative one.
Wow. Very different.
Yeah, so he's been changing out the roofs and everything, the types of buildings.
Mm-hmm.
He's been working on expanding the forest. If you go to the left, he's made a big greenhouse with like a massive oak tree.
Ooh. Wow.
So that's when he been after.
All this stuff has been so impressive.
Yeah, it's been a really fun year last year of designing and doing everything. The creative world is even like only from the last 5 months or so.
Wow. That's cool. He's using candles as birds.
Yeah, it's a really cool effect.
Yeah.
Really cool sideline. And he's also the one who's been working on a waterfall with glass.
Mm-hmm.
What we're talking about. I kind of like the more water features, but he likes using the cobwebs and the candles.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you look from the bridge. Gives off a really cool effect.
Yeah, for sure. Everything's been like so picturesque. I know you said you guys were focusing on creating sightlines. I think you've done an impressive job with a lot of these
Yeah, it's
places.
more like getting more of an artistic piece now than just Minecraft World. I've also like it's not only a game for me anymore. It's also just having like art and a creative outlet.
Yeah. I think that's
cool.
that's the direction a lot of people have been heading with the game. Like as the kids that grew up playing Minecraft are getting older, now we're all like, wow, we actually had really artistic tendencies, and we're
Yeah.
doubling down on that and making beautiful things out of this game.
Yeah, that's also the way why I'm getting a lot more enjoyment out of it, because I'm just creative outlet.
Yeah. Yeah, I see
As you're
people
looking at,
talking
there's a lot
about
of stuff.
people doing like
Yeah.
their 2 week phases, and I just like since I've gotten back into Minecraft when I like started the channel and everything, I haven't felt the need to like take a break or anything like that. Like life has been busy for sure, but I've always been
Yeah.
wanting to come back and just create beautiful things. Yeah, Fizzly said
Yeah,
it's turned into a
agreed.
medium. That is the perfect way to explain it. It's like everything in this world, like we're all sculptors now, and everything is just our block of stone to sculpt in the way that we see fit, in the way
Yeah.
that makes sense to us.
Yeah, like especially if you look from this area, I see like the forest in the distance and spawn, and the new ships and all the new towns and everything. It just looks so artistic now and so well together. It's a lot different than how it used to be.
Yeah. Yeah, the game's just completely changed over the last few years.
Yeah, I'm trying to evolve with it.
Yeah. I love these hodgepodge buildings. These are cool. This is a different
Which ones?
perspective from the other side earlier. This one in this
Oh,
like
yeah.
floating house thing, town thing.
Yeah,
I did
yeah, it's
see
like
something.
a big manor.
I saw something about like the London Tower Bridge, like before it got reconstructed into what it is now. It had like a bunch of houses and stuff on it. That's kind of
Oh, yeah, I saw
reminding
that.
me of this.
Yeah, that's also something I kind of want to make myself, like a big bridge. There's a lot of stuff on it.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that'd be
But
really
this
cool.
is, yeah, it's been a blast designing a lot of this stuff. Also, a lot of things floating in the air, but that's just how we design.
Yeah, it's a lot easier that
And
way.
also a thing that I've really enjoyed doing now that I'm building on a bigger scale is that I'm gonna teleport you to it now. Is that I have a big canvas of stuff that I collect,
Mm,
which I can just alter, modify, and just put a lot of stuff together so I can decorate with.
this is smart, like a little toolbox.
Yeah, it's like if I'm building a city builder and just having some attributes and things I can place around.
Hmm. And it makes sense too.
It's
I mean,
different
you've
kind-
built it once. It's in your brain. You just got to find it and put it where it needs to go.
Yeah, so for example, I've used this stall and made it red outside the city,
Hmm.
so that's a way to change up the things.
This is a smart way to do this. Especially with like,
Yeah.
if you are designing cities, it's so much easier to just come back through and just nab a design you've already done instead of having to create a whole new one from the ground up.
Yeah, or this inspiration-wise, you can grab palettes,
Yeah.
ideas.
Or like, ooh, I like this design, but the colors didn't work so well last time, so I'm gonna switch it up a bit. It's a perfect way
Yeah,
to
for
do
example, it's been helping me a ton, just filling up little spaces and building trees and everything.
that. Hmm. I think it's
I
a
don't wanna
bit overwhelming, like looking at a gigantic space and thinking, I got to fill all of this in. But having something like this system is a perfect way to just minimize all that fear.
Yeah, it's been really nice to have that. I'm gonna set up just somebody that's building a zoo.
Ooh.
It's also a little bit of a different style.
Oh my
This
gosh!
is somebody's making an actual zoo, which looks also pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just
Wow.
collecting all the different mobs and everything.
Are they gonna try and do like every single mob, or just have a good handful of them?
I think a good handful of them. Not everything, but some, and I think it's pulling off a pretty cool job.
Yeah. I love how like flowy it is, and not just like
Yeah,
corner, corner, corner. Everything just is nice, rounded, smooth curves. That's cool.
this has a very cool shape to it.
Yeah.
A lot of different things like these.
It feels a lot more
Just
natural this
Really
way.
cool. Yeah, I agree. Right, and I kind of want to show you the end, because the only thing there now is like an extra planet.
Oh yeah,
and,
yeah.
Right.
Oh goodness. What planet is this?
Yeah, somebody recommended this to me. It's like a planet under the control of the Empire. It's not Geonosian, but I kind of forgot it.
Okay.
And it's completely made out of the resin. That's why I'm still
Oh,
holding off on building
really?
it.
Oh,
I thought
okay.
you could make a resin farm in the end, so I
Uh-huh.
made one inside, but the Creaking won't spawn in the end, so sadly I can't.
Really? Okay.
So I gotta make it in the overworld. I thought the block looked really cool and just be unique to make it out of resin.
Yeah. No, this is the perfect way to use that.
Yeah, and all the little things of TIE fighters around here on the outside.
And
Um,
then what you said, X-wings too. So it's gonna be like a gigantic aerial battle.
yeah, gonna make a lot of big Star Destroyers and Rebel fleet and everything.
Ooh.
That's why I kind of want to make it higher here so you get more elevation.
Yeah, yeah. That's gonna be
also
really
if you look
cool
at
if you can make the elevation work. Wow.
Yeah, the idea of the laser, I figured it out and it looked pretty cool. And also, you can look at the Death Star; it has more texture now, the top part around the laser.
Okay, yeah.
So that's what we're trying to accomplish with the entire build.
Gotcha. It does
Trying
it
to
suck
redo
having
it.
to like go through and mine out all the blocks and replace them?
Yeah, that's kind of sucks, but I think it's worth it.
It's very cool.
I think it's worth it. There's also, you haven't seen it in the survival, but you go in the Death Star, there's also a hangar bay. Like in the middle ring,
Okay.
and then
Oh, on the other side I see.
you go to the, yeah, to this one. Here I've made my own
Oh,
hangar bay.
wow, that is very cool looking. It's straight out of the movies.
Yeah, that's also just a screenshot of the movie. I used the inspiration. And even the original idea was to make this my concrete hull. So you see
Oh,
that
okay.
there are enough TIE fighters. And
Uh-huh.
I used to be on this platform, and then inside the TIE fighter there was a chest
Okay.
filled with choco boxes of the thing, but I scrapped the idea just to make an easier hull.
Mm-hmm. Now, are you
But I
gonna
do think-
do the I forget the ship name, whatever Vader's ship is, and like that big hall with a bunch of stormtroopers?
Oh yeah, definitely. Probably gonna make another hull like this, but
Okay.
then without the TIE fighters. Because there's a lot of room on the inside.
Oh yeah. Oh, plenty of room for
So-
a bunch of Easter eggs and stuff.
Yeah, I kind of also really want to make. I think it's from a game that like the Death Troopers. Like there's been a zombie outbreak on in the Empire, like the
Ooh.
Death Troopers.
Mm-hmm.
Probably gonna make it up there somewhere. That's like just a different area that has an outbreak and is enclosed off from the rest of the Death Star.
That would be cool. It also tie perfectly into the Last of Us part in that city.
Yeah, I really like apocalyptic stuff.
Oh, I think I remember we talking about that last time. Like the airstrip was kind of apocalyptic, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Also parts I really want to come back to.
That'd be perfect now with all the pale moss stuff.
Yeah, especially it looks so cool. Yeah, I think this is mostly it that I wanted to show you, man.
This is crazy. You've done a lot of progress since the last time we were in this world.
Yeah, it's been a really good year. Like these big builds and all the stuff we changed. I'm really excited for next year.
Yeah. And I mean, we're in the middle of the year too, so you still got the rest of this one.
Yeah. See what else I can accomplish in a year's time from now.
What do you think the things you're going to be focusing on is?
I think we're gonna focus a lot on more consistency throughout the world, so connected it more, like connecting the lands and making like everything more flowing together, like we talked about in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna work a ton on expanding the new city I wanted to make and on the modern city.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope I can sneak in some end builds, some
Yeah.
ships. I think that could be really cool. This is already impressive, but I like having the big ships around. I want to make a Star Destroyer so badly because I really love those ships.
Yeah. Have you gotten any like the Lego sets for Star Wars?
Only the 8080.
Oh, okay. I know I think they're coming out with the Death Star this year actually.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fun zipping back and forth between all the different regions and different projects.
Yeah, definitely. It's really getting me creative for everything. And also something I want to be working on is possibly expanding the player base. Just seeking out some more interested players,
Mm-hmm.
unique builders.
Now, how do you go
Trying
about
to expand
finding people like that?
Well, at the moment it's a little bit slow. I used to do it on Reddit, but now maybe more on Discord.
Mhm.
Trying to see interested builders, people who build intricately cool stuff.
Yeah.
I just want to see if they're interested in joining and seeing if they're a good fit.
That's cool.
So that's still looking for more people.
Well, if that's all you got to show us, it's been a very fun tour. I've really enjoyed seeing all the progress, and I look forward to coming back next year.
Yeah, it's been nice having you again.
Do you want to collect my head again, or are you good with just the one that we had before?
You have a new skin.
Nope, same one.
I mean, it could be cool though in a survival.
I do have like a different body, but I think it's the same exact head.
Right, well, I can do a little headhunter.
What were the coordinates?
The coordinates are.
Oh, I see you. Actually, I'm just gonna follow you.
Oh yeah, we can. I'm going to the Nether, so it's a little bit easier.
Okay. Was the airstrip over in this area too, where we just were?
No, it's a little bit further away.
Okay. Couldn't remember.
It's also one of the things I kinda wanna redo.
Mm.
You were talking about the airstrip, and I just flew straight to the portal. So I don't even have to go there.
Oh, and I have to make sure to take
also-
off my gear for you.
Yeah, and you have also my backup stuff, so like my
Yes, yes.
my backup gear. So I thought you should have your old inventory. I'm not sure what happened there. Probably your player data cut. Stay behind. The big map area. Still really love it.
Yeah. This is one thing I've tried to incorporate into the design for my new storage room is having a big map, but it is not as big as this.
Yeah, I also gotta keep in mind that this is really laggy, so I kept it away from my base for a reason.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, going through, I feel like it was a lot smoother than it was last year. I don't know if there's been optimization on your end or if it's just like the game
No.
updating and optimizing.
I think it's the game.
They've done a good job then.
And for me, it's gone a little bit more laggy even. I'm not sure what happened.
Oh. Well, here, I
Right.
will give you all of my stuff. And I am ready.
All right.
Wait, do you have my head
Well,
here from last time?
Yeah, it's let me see where it is.
Oh, over here.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. Okay, now I'm ready. Very nice.
Well, it's been a blast having you here, man.
Yep, it's been a blast seeing everything again. I look forward to everything that you're going to get up to in this world.
Yeah, and I'll see you again next year.
Yeah, same time.
Same time.
See you in a year.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, chat. That was everything. Appreciate you guys sticking around for that. And I'm going to be trying to do more live streams. Looking forward to doing more like creative stuff. Got a couple of worlds I want to work on. I think it'd be fun to have some people in the chat while we're doing that. So first of many, hopefully. We'll see. This summer is going to be a bit busy, but I do hope to do more live streams. And as always, I appreciate y'all sticking around and being with us here today. So I hope you all have a good rest of your day and a wonderful evening. Bye, everybody.